Hi, I'm Dan O'Day, and this is Jim Johnson from the Accents class. So, Jim, RP, received pronunciation, the standard British. Why is that so important to learn as an accent?
Because it's a great basis for learning other British accents. And it's also that most of the languages of the world, those people, when they're learning English, they're using RP, Standard British, as the accent that they're shooting for.
What should we keep an eye out for in this next coaching session?
We'll be working on the intonation or the musicality of RP by working on the stress and the unstress, setting those off from one another.
You're talking about punching those. Is that what you're
Yeah, so punching them, those would be your operative words or your
operative?
stress. So
Okay.
you could think of it as punching, but I especially want to think of it as elongating, like dragging those out,
Mm,
because the what will make an idea clear to the audience is the important words, the operative words.
hmm
And one of the mistakes that we make on a regular basis is we put our operative words really close in stress. Like right now, the way that I'm talking, my operative words are actually really quite close to my not operative words. My stressed words are not very far from my unstressed words right now. But
hmm
if I actually take those and I spread those out from one another a little bit more, then I think I actually become even more clear. Can you hear that?
Yes. hmm
And we want to bring that into this. Now, that's one of those lessons from an accent that I think can be applied to all of your work.
hmm
The more that you can really sort of pick and choose the things that you want to stress, and especially let the stress come out in elongation, that's the thing that will tend to make you the most clear to an audience.
Okay.
And another thing that I could have mentioned before, but I'll mention it now, is variation, change is interesting. So again, I think this is a universal. Change is interesting. 2 hours and 15 minutes of Jim in front of a board talking about phonetics is not terribly interesting. So every once in a while, I have to throw in a little bit of a joke or I have to goof around a little bit, both to keep my own sanity, but hopefully to keep you engaged as well. Yeah. So we want to seek out change. And one of the ways to do that, operative words. So how about if we take on that line? I'm not sure, however, that the news, yeah,
I am not sure, however, that the news
great.
inspires.
Can you do
Yeah.
me a favor and say all the rest of that even faster? I'm not sure, however, that the,
I am not sure, however, that the news.
yes, that's it. I'm not sure, however, that the news,
Mm. I am
yeah,
not sure, however, that the news inspires me with feelings of unmixed delight.
cool. Now we got
Mixed delight.
inspires me with feelings of unmixed delight. So we got a whole bunch of operative words now.
Mm.
For the rest of that,
Okay.
can you throw some of those away, which will make you more RP and will also clarify the thought?
Okay. I am not sure, however, that the news inspires me with feelings of unmixed delight.
You sounded more RP.
Did I? Okay.
Yes, you absolutely did. And I think others will testify to that, that suddenly it had a little bit more of that sort of feeling. And it also took you away from when you were going slower with everything overall, is
hmm
when you had a lot more of that sort of wiggle going on with everything. And
hmm
if you're even just spreading that out to those operative words, it makes a massive difference. And it brought you more towards leading role sound, narrator sound, than necessarily the aunt who's over in the corner speaking of the youngsters and not really approving the things that they're bringing up.
hmm
Does
hmm
that make sense?
Absolutely.